No one really knows Ron Van Dam. He's an enigma, wrapped in a mystery, cloaked in secrets, stuffed in between two pieces of French toast encased in a pancake, smothered in cheese and deep-fried until golden brown, then duct-taped into a rusty toolbox, packed into a used Amazon shipping container with gaffer's tape, and mailed overnight to a bunker in Siberia where it's kept in a locked vault, whose combination is known only to a mute priest with a bad memory. So yeah, he's sort of a keeps-to-himself kind of guy. You're listening to that man of mystery, Ron Van Dam, on New England Broadcasting.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Okay, sure.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Welcome to the program. Make yourself comfortable. This is going to be a fantastic half hour. You won't believe how wonderful it can be. This is what I'm doing. And together we will hold hands as we trip happily through life, enduring all of its commodities of frustration. It's a too much information potpourri of crap. Welcome to the show. As it is a Monday, or whatever it may be, I don't know what day of the week it is. I have no concept of that whatsoever anymore. Some of the people that make this show possible, I like to give my thanks and congratulations to them. First, there's the wonderful and talented John Shanahan, writer, comedy writer, announcer. He does all kinds of stuff. John Shanahan has his own website. Go see that. Go to our website. You can connect to his. John Shanahan, ladies and gentlemen. The lovely and talented Jason Shaw, whose theme music you're listening to right now, composed and performed for this show. Jason Shaw, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, and then there's Julie Cochran. She some does. That's good. She does some of the voiceover work. Oh my God, I'm so tired. And Nicole Reed, she's the British voice that you hear at the beginning of the program in the opening. She's not really British, it's what she does with her voice. And she books many of the national interviews that we do on this show. And those are just some of the people. And then I stop by every once in a while and I talk for half an hour. Okay. That's enough. That's enough theme music. We get it. You've got a theme song. That's cool. How are you? Oh, my God. How are you, right? Are you serious? I know. It's frustrating, isn't it? Oh, God. As I said at the beginning of the show, this is the program where we hold hands and we trip through life in a fanciful manner. And we look at all the pitfalls, all the speed bumps, and we get around them and over them, and that's what we do. That's how we do this. I don't know. I've been watching the Karen Reed trial. Have you been watching this? Raise your hand if you've been watching the Karen Reed trial. Nobody? What? Hey, nobody? She is in court. The trial took place months ago, and the jury could not come to a decision. Her deal is, for those that may not be familiar, but you probably are, but you may not be, but you probably are, but you may not be. Karen Reed was the girlfriend of a Boston cop. And there was a snowstorm, and I don't know, and she, they say she backed up her car into him and knocked him out, and he fell into the snow and froze overnight, and they found him in the morning, and they're framing her for second-degree manslaughter. Obviously, the young lady did not on purpose say, oh, there he is, now I'll kill him. I mean, it wasn't that kind of thing. She backed up her car and hit him, and by mistake. He was drunk at the time, standing behind the car in a snowstorm. She was drunk at the time because they both had come from a bar and both had consumed numerous amounts of drinks. To me, that's a oh crap equal oh crap. You know, you're both at fault 50%. You don't stand behind a car when it's about to back up in a snowstorm. I mean, fool me once, I'm dead. Fool me twice, I'm also dead. So that's it. Just, and then she shouldn't be driving drunk, and she didn't see him behind the car, obviously, in a snowstorm. What do you want? But she's being she's got the manslaughter charge against her. She contends this is a frame job. That's what makes this so interesting. It's a frame job that her Boston cop boyfriend got beat up inside of the house that they were parked in front of at a party, because his injuries are not not like knocked down by a taillight. It's more like beaten up or bitten in the face by dogs, and he was like mauled. I don't know how that happens when you hit somebody in a car at like 3 miles an hour. Not even. I don't know. But that's it. So it involves like a conspiracy on the part of the cops as well. That's what the defense says. I don't understand the whole thing. It just sounds like two drunk people who you're both responsible. You're both drunk. That's what happens when you drink too much in snowstorms, you idiots. Both of you. John O'Keefe is the name of the Boston officer. He was actually seen leaving the bar, walking down the street with a glass of alcohol in his hand. I mean, drinking in the streets. You're a cop, man. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to know you're not supposed to do that. That's called drunk. So anyway, that's the whole deal. I can't go into the specifics because it's nauseating, and I check it out yourself. I don't know. In these days of Google, why do I even have to bother to tell you anything? I'll just tell you something, and you can go to your Google and get the whole story. Why do I have to tell it to you? Anyway, so there was a mistrial during the first court thing. Jury could not come up with a decision. They were what they call hung, which has nothing to do with their sexual prowess. So they retried the case. The prosecution, the state of Massachusetts the Commonwealth. It's not a state. I'm sorry, it's a Commonwealth. Oh, excuse me. That you're not a state, you're a Commonwealth. You're all Commonwealths or you're all states. Stop it. Stop special. We're Commonwealth. I think Virginia is also a Commonwealth. No, don't call me a state. I'm a Commonwealth. Oh, come on. Stop being so silly. Anyway, they decided we'll try her again because we still think that she did this. So they did it, and it started like 3 weeks ago, again, all over again, with all kinds of evidence and all kinds of stuff, and the defense has not even presented their case yet, and it's been well over 3 weeks, maybe even a month into this thing so far. This is one of the longest trials I've ever seen in my life. Been there, done that, so that's it. Maybe the jury can come up if they're hung again. I don't know what happens at that point. If they're hung even more, I don't know how this works. Every once in a while when I get drawn into these big court cases, I remember when I was doing morning radio for so many years on this particular station, it was the O.J. Simpson trial. That was a lot juicier, man. I mean, it's like O.J. went in and stabbed his wife. I mean, whoa. And also a guy that had stopped by, not a boyfriend, just a guy, a friend, stabbed them both. And then got in the Bronco and started, driving down the highway, or at least his friend was driving down the highway, and there was a big police trial. I mean, it was a big trial, and everybody thought he was guilty. And at the very end, the defense comes up with, here was a glove that was found. A glove doesn't fit on his hand. Look, it doesn't fit, so he didn't do it. Oh, okay, fine. So O.J. got off. I think he has passed since, and he was in jail for other things. Anyway, that trial was a big deal as well. What I learned from these trials are two things, and they're embarrassing, and it makes me, I mean, I love this country, but it's really screwed up. It's really screwed up. The court systems, even the Supreme Court. I mean, come on, you guys, you're not pious people. I mean, you're taking bribes, probably. I mean, you're taking trips from people. I mean, not supposed to do that. You're biased. I mean, you're supposed to be, as a judge, you're supposed to be unbiased. You're not supposed to have political leanings. You're not supposed to have any political leanings at all. That's what a judge is supposed to be, completely impartial. But that's not the way the Supreme Court is. It's just so wrong. It's not funny. It's not funny. The court system is nothing but a game. There are rules and regulations. If an attorney asks a witness a question, but it's framed in the wrong way, the judge somebody will object, and the judge will sustain. Please ask the question in a different way. It's like a game show. It's like, here's the game show, and hit the buzzer when you you didn't answer give me the answer in the form of a question on Jeopardy. It's a game show. There are rules and regulations. When a judge walks into a courtroom, everybody has to stand like this is the Pope or something. And even the Pope doesn't demand that you stand up. If you don't stand up and you speak when the judge is speaking, they can throw you in jail for contempt of court or something like that. I mean, oh, the king has walked into the room. All rise for the judge. All rise. What are you? We got away from the king and the queen thing. It was called the Revolutionary War, but now we're rising because a man or a woman walks into the room and they're a judge. So now I got to rise and I can't talk and I got to shut up. I mean, come on, man. Now you got to have some decorum in the courtroom, but rising every time the judge walks in, I mean, give me a break. And then the juries, you take these people and you take them out of life, and the whole system it's just a sucky doodle kind of thing. It's all a game. It's all a game. You're not supposed to lie in court because that would be perjury, and they could put you in jail for that. But you can also say, I don't remember. I don't know. If you don't want to answer something, you just, maybe you have the answer, but you just don't remember. Now, all of a sudden, I don't remember, because most of these trials were things that took place years before, 2, 3, 4 years previous. How can anybody remember? And yet you get these witnesses on the witness stand who seem to remember what they were wearing, what time they did something, exactly what time, exactly what they saw. Man, I can't remember what I had for dinner last night, much less what I was wearing. What were you wearing 3 years ago, Ron, when you saw this guy walking across the street? I don't know, socks. I was wearing socks. And what was the guy wearing? I think it was brown or it was black. I don't remember. I don't remember. It's just all so. And then the witnesses are prepared by the attorneys. We're going to practice you. We're going to go through a rehearsal before you get on this witness stand. We're going to prep you for the court time, and we're going to let's do I'll make believe that I'm the defense attorney or the prosecuting attorney or whatever the other people are. And we'll go through a session, and we'll see how to answer questions properly and when to say I don't remember. It's all a freaking game. And then this is the strangest part about the courtroom. This is the strangest part in the world, where if the attorney asks a witness a question, but for some reason they do it wrong, or the witness says something that had nothing to do with the question, the judge will address the jury and say, disregard what you just heard. You didn't hear that. I know you heard it because it just was said, but I want you to make your decision based on the fact that you got to make believe you didn't hear it. This is a board game. We're playing Clue. I don't know what this is. Well, I saw that. No, you didn't see it. You got to make believe you didn't see it before you decide on the fate of this person. And that's the other thing. I would never want to be responsible for deciding the fate of another person. I wasn't there. I was chosen as a juror like probably 10 times in my life. And I never sat on a jury because I always said, I can't do it. And they didn't want an asshole like me on a jury. They didn't want me there. So I got out of it every time for obvious reasons. I'm not happy. I mean, I'm not, if I see somebody, I'm going to form an opinion. Don't you dare tell me that, no, you got to disregard what you just heard now. Disregard that. No, I can't do that. So bye-bye, and bye-bye it was for me. That's just the craziest stuff going on, man. The crazy stuff. I didn't want to decide the fate of people. What you, a child molester? I don't want to sit in a room with a child molester. But Ron, I wasn't. They're falsely accusing me. I don't care. What do I have to do with this? I got my own life. Why am I sitting in a room for 20 days listen about a child molester? Why are you wasting my time? I didn't molest any children. I didn't see it. I take care of it yourself. Why are you drawing me into this? Because you're a citizen, and it's how you serve your country. That's not how I do it. I serve my country by following the law and obeying the law and being a respectful person and honoring my corners and my partners like a square dance. And that's I'm a good citizen, and that's how I do this country. You don't shove me in a room with a child molester. I mean, no. I'm sorry, no. These trials are games. And, when somebody apparently does something, the attorney says, well, we got you off. Well, that term also means something else, but it's just, I got you off. And then you have these people like Donald Trump. Are you familiar with this guy? Have you ever heard of him? You're accused of something. I don't know whether you did it or not. You probably did because your personality reeks of you doing stuff like that. But yet you hire the best attorneys on the globe because you have money. And they indeed, for the most part, they get you off. Those that can afford the best attorneys shall walk away free. Those that can't afford an attorney or a good attorney shall be locked up. That's your system, baby. That's your system. That's your system. Most of it is politically motivated. That's your system. That's your system. Supreme Court judges, you can sit on there for life. Try to remove one of those people. You can't do it. It's too much involved. They're there for life until they wither away mentally. They're there for life. In this country, there should be no position in government that is there for life. No. We do a lot of things wrong. And it's, it's the legal system. They always say, well, it's not perfect, but it's the best we have. That's not an excuse for anything. Well, it's, I know it sucks, but it's all we got. Oh, okay, then that's fine. Well, then that's a wonderful thing, then. I don't get it. And that's part of my rant today, quite obviously. Okay, legal system. Ugh. And if you've ever been involved in a legal case, you understand that at any reason for any time, you can be destroyed because you don't have enough money to defend yourself. It's all money. Money and power. That's what this country is. Wasn't supposed to be. That's what it is. Money and power. And they're the same. They go hand in hand. And what's even more intriguing and death-defying than having too much money? Having too much power. Nothing should have that much power. Go to your religious things for your power, not through human beings. No. They crave power. You can see them drooling and seething for power and wringing their hands just like in those old-time James Bond movies. Power. Power destroys. We must all be equally powerful. Unfortunate. Okay. Ooh, Ron, you're on a rant today, man. What is this? Hey, I love this country. I really do. And that's why people complain, because they love it so much. Okay, we take a break. When we come back, my guest will be joining us. But first, there's this.
First, they put jalapenos on your hamburger, but that wasn't hot enough. Then came habaneros, but still, that wasn't hot enough. Next came the ghost pepper, and still, that was not hot enough for you. Well, buckle up, tough guy, because Burger Guy thinks you're not man enough to handle the heat of our new, sweet, flaming mother of heaven. What the fuck did you assholes do to my hamburger burger? Featuring two of Burger Guy's signature paper-thin patties topped with an experimental hot sauce made from a concentrated hot pepper extract that has only been approved for military use by North Korea. This burger will burn a hole through every inch of your intestines and then slap your mama on its way out for good measure. This burger is so hot they wouldn't let us test it on prisoners. Death row prisoners. But for a limited time, you can try your luck at your local Burger Guy. If you're not a complete pussy.
All purchases of the sweet flaming mother of heaven, what the f*** did you assholes do to my hamburger burger, must be pre-approved by a certified attorney at law with proper notification of next of kin. Sweet flaming mother of heaven, what the f*** did you assholes do to my hamburger burger must not be consumed within 500 yards of schools or within 1,000 yards of open flame. All Burger Guy franchisees reserve the right to ignore cries for mercy or requests for immediate medical attention.
MIchael Crumb joins us now. He's a celebrity anesthetician, co-host of the Beauty Curious podcast and Melanoma Research Foundation's 2025 Get Naked campaign. Whoa. He's spokesperson and on a mission to raise awareness about skin cancer prevention. There's a lot to it, but, the incidence of skin cancer are quite huge these days. I'm seeing all my friends being concerned about this all of a sudden.
Yep, it's definitely a high occurrence. Actually, about 200,000 lives are claimed every year in America because of melanoma. Just melanoma. There are way more occurrences for skin cancer. Actually, according to the Skin Cancer Foundation, 1 in 5 people by the age of 70 will be diagnosed with some form of skin cancer.
Yeah.
Specifically, melanoma, the 200,000 lives are claimed every year. But the good news there is 93% of cases are considered preventable if caught early and with daily sun safety practices, which is, really the whole purpose of this Get Naked campaign that I'm the spokesperson for. It's to remind people, hey, I love being outside too, but don't forget to go to the derm, get your skin checked, have peace of mind, make sure you don't have those skin cancers or melanomas. And also it's important to do monthly skin exams at home to help, just be aware of what's happening with your body.
I mean, there's no question about it. It is preventable, as many things are, but especially here. It's interesting because when your parents used to take you to the beach when you were a little kid, they thought they were going out and having fun, but what they were doing was actually exposing you to the sun at a very early age, and that doesn't catch up with you until later in life. It's an incredible phenomenon.
It really is. My grandmother's a melanoma survivor. She has a scar on her right leg. Uh-huh. So I was fortunate when I was younger at her pool. I saw her scar, and she told me about melanoma.
Yeah.
So from a young age, because of her, I started, wearing sunscreen pretty regularly. I had my mishaps over the years. I think we all get sunburn at some point,
Sure.
but, I'm here to remind everyone, but especially parents for kids to please make sure they're protected.
Yeah, especially for parents with the kids now, because what they do with the kids now can affect them later in life and big time. Let me ask you the question everybody else wants to ask. This SPF, it goes all the way from 10 all the way up to 100. Why do they do that? I mean, what is recommended here?
Yeah, so I always like to say look for 30 plus. After 30, you get a bit more protection, but it's more important that you reapply. Sunscreen, it's tested in lab and it's meant to be reapplied, especially if you're swimming or at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to say start with the SPF 30 and reapply it. Put it next to your toothpaste in your bathroom so you remember to put it on every day. This brand, Image Skincare, they make a really great SPF called the Tinted Mineral, Pure Mineral Tinted Moisturizer, which is an SPF 30 to start, but they go higher in their SKUs. So I always like to say just get it on every day, and especially if you're outside, reapply it.
Yeah, and the sun can affect you even though it's a little cloudy outside. It doesn't mean that it's okay now, I don't have to do that.
It can. Obviously a sunburn is worse, but sun damage is cumulative and daily.
Yeah.
And just because it's cold or the sun's not, blaring outside, it's cloudy, the UV rays are still penetrating. You might not feel like they are, but they are.
Ian, I don't know how old you are, but when I was growing up, my parents used to wear hats all the time. Women would wear hats. Men would wear hats to work. As soon as they left the house, they put a fedora on or something like that. I kind of miss that. That might have been a good idea.
That's good. I always say sun safety doesn't stop at sunscreen. You can wear hats. You can wear eyewear. There's things called UPF clothing that you can purchase. Or some people know it as a rash guard, which is really great to wear at the beach. So yeah, all those things are amazing.
Yeah, no question about it. Let me ask you, with the SPF products that you mentioned, a lot of people are concerned about their pores being covered, and so their pores can't breathe. Is that a concern as well?
Nope, they're formulated to be non-comedogenic and let you breathe. It's great. And the Image one, they have this technology that helps deliver antioxidants into the skin as well, which is, in shorthand, just an added layer of protection for your skin.
Excellent. At what age and how often should one see their dermatologist or even get one?
Totally. So basically, after you become an adult, every 18 plus, you should be getting your annual exams. But obviously, if you're younger and your parents notice a spot, something, it's always good to be precautious. Children can get melanoma as well. So definitely start your annual exams when you become an adult, but before that is fine as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Ian, you know your stuff, I got to tell you. Where do we
Thank you.
Where do we go for more information and how we can get this SPF on ourselves?
Yeah, totally. So I also like to recommend, if you want to help reverse sort of signs of aging, dark spots, to check out Medicate. They have a great oxyar peptide treatment. Rescue MD has something called a DNA repair complex, which is really great post-sunburn. And the foundation's website, melanoma.org, they have amazing resources for melanoma patients, caretakers, or just general PSA information. And then I'm on social at Ian M. Crumb. I post skin health tips all the time.
Very cool. Hey, it's been a pleasure, Ian.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you helping me spread the message to get naked.
Well, that'll do it for me today. I'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode. Will you join me then? It's rhetorical. I can't hear you. But until that time arrives, I wish you peace.